So, hello everyone. Welcome if you are new to the channel. Welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We are here for April's messages. All right, so take them as they resonate, if they resonate, however they resonate, and leave them if they don't. All right, don't force it to fit. These are collective messages, okay? And they are meant to serve you in divine time whenever you catch it, whether it's in April, for April, or otherwise, okay? I always recommend that you listen to each of the signs and the house in which it rules, right? Taking the message and allowing it to serve the arena in which it best serves you, right? Each zodiac sign in our chart rules a particular house, and that house has a particular meaning. So don't take a love message and apply a sign in its love message to your house of finances and possessions, right? Or career. Doesn't make sense to do that, right? Apply it to the house in which it rules. With that said, if the reading doesn't resonate and you're still drawn to the channel, you may resonate to the Divine Rebel Diamond membership that I offer here on the channel. They have their own zodiac messages each month, as well as, you know, weekly energy reports and personal readings on Sundays. So if for whatever reason this general message, this public collective message doesn't quite fit you, but you really do love me and the channel, check out the sneak peek that I have saved for you at the end. Because if the sneak peek at the end resonates with you, chances are you're in the vibration of the different Divine Rebel Diamond family that we have here at the channel. So if that is the case, I look forward to serving you in a higher vibration there. So with that said, enjoy the message, enjoy the sneak peek, and let's get into it. All right, Gemini, so we were guided to the Spellcaster's Tarot and the Hermetic Tarot for you today. There will be guidance in a separate video called Opusce that you can catch out after this one is over. Let's get into it. So what is going on, Spirit, please? For Gemini, Gemini in energy, the house in which Gemini rules for you. What is going on for them at this time? What is going on with Gemini, Gemini in energy for April or time in which they catch this? Because energy would be significant, right? You're catching it in divine time. All right, give me two more. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. Top of the deck is the Strength card. What else is going on with Gemini? What else is going on with Gemini? Gemini, you may be dealing with an individual who's very headstrong, and you yourself may be very headstrong. I'm feeling like you have a certain way that you want things with a soulmate. And you may be going down a path that is actually kind of selfish in your own desire. I think you're both really strong in your individual, like, masculine energies, right? Because we're all masculine and feminine. So I feel like you may be trying to take on a more masculine role when you really should be receiving in a more feminine role. It's like you're trying to control, the path. And I think you're being tempted in the direction that it's like you're trying to be you're tempted to follow the direction that the snakes are going in, right? The snakes are all going in a certain direction, and it's like you're tempted to go in the same direction as the snakes. Whether those snakes are real life people in your reality doing a certain thing and you're following suit, or you want to follow suit and follow path with them, or you're following in the footsteps of people who were in their shadow energy, like ancestrally, right? That you're following the footsteps of your parents or their parents. But the path is not one the lion should walk down. You know what I mean? If the lion follows the path of 100 snakes, 100 snakes could take out the lion, type thing. The lion might need to go their own way. Which is interesting with this card, right? Because you could see, like, the feminine is on the lion here. It's the heart space, right? The feminine heart space. And the snakes are going down this path and crossing over to this big crystal, this red shining crystal. It looks like a bonfire, but it's a crystal. And all the snakes are hoarding around this crystal, and there's a floating masculine energy just floating in the water, like unalive. Like, it ain't the right path. I think you need to burn the snakes. Like, get the snakes out of your life. Get the snakes out of your energy. And potentially lean on someone of the same gender, or someone who has taken a positive direction, it's worked out for them, and maybe start learning, right? Start learning. Take on a mentor or a teacher that is more in alignment with yourself or the direction you want to go in. Could be the same gender, or could just simply be sharing like masculine energy. Because I say that because the two gentlemen on this card, they're very different, you know, and the one has long hair like a female would, but he's also got a beard. Like, they're definitely two men. Two masculine energies that are very different. One might be a Queen of Cups who's definitely gone through a transformation, you know what I mean? Ace of Cups is under that. Someone who knows how to overflow, or the universe is overflowing to them. And you're like, I want the universe to overflow to me too. I want to feel full too. I want to be able to overflow too. And it's almost like you have to take on a teacher. It might be someone very nurturing or connected with spirit or connected with their feelings, right? I think you got to throw all the snakes in the bucket and light that shit on fire. King of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. The king is holding all the money, and they have all these people fawning over their money, and the queen is holding the coin like a baby. There may be this energy of wanting other people to feel jealous of what you have. or liking that other people are jealous of what you have, that other people would fawn over you, like, oh, you're so lucky and blah, blah, blah. Or this idea of having so much that you can have whoever and whatever you want. I also can't deny the fact that I really do pick up like gold digger trap you energy from that Queen of Coin. I'm not a huge fan. Someone who loves the fucking money, like loves the money, loves the money. She's looking at that coin and loving it like a child, like loves the money, is in it for the money. Like if you're a King of Pentacles energy and you resonate to that energy, you may have someone in your reality who just loves your money. And you might like that. You might like that they love you and your money. that guarantees they stick around, you know, but is it really the healthiest relationship then? Do they really give a fuck about you if they're giving a fuck about the money and that's what they love? Do they really love you though? And if money is what's keeping them connected to you, what happens when they meet someone who has more money? Then what? If they don't really give a fuck about you and they love the money, they're going to follow the money. Gemini with the Magician card, clarified by the King of Swords. I think that, oh, that reminds me of a quote. There's a snake on this card and it's shedding its skin at the bottom there. And I'm feeling like this quote, it was, life is like a snake constantly shedding your skin and leaving it in the dust. The lightning bolt over the head of the magician, like getting a revelation or an epiphany. Gemini is mutable energy. It's changeable. It's allowing the mind to change. Seeing the higher perspective, right? Aquarian energy, learning a lesson, a higher lesson, and fixing it into place because it's wisdom. It's evolved knowledge. Like wisdom is what you get when you truly understand the knowledge of experience. You develop wisdom. It's literally taking all of this knowledge and allowing you to shed that old skin and leaving it behind because you've developed a new, higher way of being. The Star clarified by the Six of Wands in reverse, like it's healing through losses. I think you're going to realize with the more you cut out toxic energy, the better it feels. If someone's in it for the money or you're into the money for certain people and those people are only with you for the money, like you might need to shift all that. Love the money because it allows you freedom. To do what you want, but just because people are fawning over you for it doesn't mean they're the one. Really, we've got the Strength card on top of both decks. Might be dealing with someone with strong Leo energy or be dealing with your own Leo energy. It could also be particularly important if someone's trying to buy you, right? Convince you to stay because they have money. Well, they're going to just pour more money on it. They're going to buy you more gifts, or they're going to buy more stuff, or they're going to show off their money even more and make you feel like you're losing so much if you leave them. When really, because they're so in love with their money, right? They're so in love with their money and they think everybody can be bought for a price, and they're literally trying to buy you. They're trying to buy you into submission, so to speak, right? Like, no offense, but like you're kind of treating me like a hoe. You're kind of treating me like a prostitute, like I'd be willing to sell myself and my happiness for money. Like, no. I think you want something less sacrificing. You could also be dealing, you could be dealing with someone who has strong or significant fire, Aries or Leo. I think the way that you've been thinking about things has become a burden. It's become karmic, or it's become painful in some way. Like maybe, like an example of it would be like equating the amount of money someone spends on you as loving, and now, you know, well, they love me, they spend so much money on me, they love me, and then almost like having it click that they're spending so much money on you so that they can control you, so that you submit to them. It's not love, it's control, it's power. And continuing to think that someone loves you just because they're spending a lot of money on you might be the thought that's become a burden, right? That's become painful because you might not actually like the way this person talks to you or treats you. You might need to humble a person. Really, you might be in this position where you need to cut the head off a person, so to speak, right? Humbling them, cutting the ego down, being in the truth of your heart. Like if it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel good. I think it's almost like you'd be happier with a knight instead of the king, right? Because the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Cups. Like maybe you don't actually want someone who is super controlling with money and wants you to love them because they give you money and love their money. You don't have to love me, you just have to love my money, right? You don't have to love me or like me, but if you love my money. I think a part of you is coming to the realization that maybe money isn't everything. You'd rather have a knight who is more excited to build with you and go on a journey with you than have someone who is financially controlling. Like somebody who holds the roof over your head. Like you have to do what I say because I pay for the roof. What? Like, this is my house, I live here. Yeah, but I pay for it, it's my roof. You have to do what I say. My house, my rules, I pay for it. Like, excuse me? Like, I don't want to be with someone who holds the roof over my head. Well, if you made more money, you could have a say, but you don't. I make it. It's like, yeah, but I do this and I do that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you don't want someone like that. Maybe that's not comfortable. I think it's going to take a lot of strength for you to essentially abandon ship and go forward, even if that means going without all the luxury, quote unquote luxury, that you had, like making things more simple because it's more simple. The train, right? Divine confirmation. Like, it's the first time I've heard this train all fucking day. I think you want to let go of people who hold expectations and play power games, control games. I think you're realizing someone's not spending money because they love you. They're spending money because they want to control you. And you don't actually want to be controlled, and you don't want to feel like your livelihood is threatened, and you don't want someone to hold the roof over your head kind of thing. People who do nice things for you, or they buy you nice stuff and then when you don't want to do something they want to do, they throw it in your face. Well, I do all of this for you. You can't just do this for me. But doing that for them is like, seriously, it seriously doesn't feel good to you. Like, you don't really want to do it. You don't feel it at all. But you're almost being guilted into it, right? That power and the control that the money they've spent, you know, is being thrown on you. Like, fuck all that. I feel like that's the kind of stuff that you're going to be dealing with or moving through for April. So take it as it resonates. Enjoy the sneak peek, and I will see you in a few can say. All right, Gem. I feel like you already know that something is one, karmic, and two, you might have asked for it. Looking at the bottom of this deck, that something really requires a mature route because there's humbling involved, especially pertaining to, I mean, King of Wands reversed with the King of Coin reversed is a greedy fucking asshole, or like a gold digging fucking bitch. Someone who's nasty and selfish, who essentially steals, like it's like they steal from people and don't care.